On the Medical Watch, the COVID-19 vaccine and distrust.
There is a sense of hesitancy among some minority communities, and the past plays a critical role. When Dr. Kalila Gates rolled up her sleeve for the COVID-19 vaccine,
I was with mixed emotions, but the alternative, which is to get infected with COVID-19 and perhaps end up in the ICU that I work in, it wasn't really a good alternative for me. And so I decided to have the vaccine.
The Northwestern medicine pulmonologist and critical care doctor is encouraging others to do the same. But first, there is history to face, particularly in Latinx and Black communities, where distrust in medical research was born from past abuses.
So we have to understand, as we're trying to figure out how to roll out the vaccine in these communities, we have to understand our history.
Like the Tuskegee syphilis study, African American participants were not informed when an effective treatment, penicillin, became available.
So there are lots of legalities and regulatory rules that are in place now for clinical studies to try to prevent that. But the reality is that is a history that still nags us, and we have to accept that and work within that.
It's a mission that defines Veronica Robinson's life's work.
In order to make an informed decision, you have to be educated on the issue at hand, right? So we're out here, we're educating people, we're making sure that they can make that informed decision about healthcare, clinical trials, treatments or therapies.
She's the great-granddaughter of Henrietta Lacks. In 1951, Miss Lacks' cervical cancer cells were used without her knowledge or consent to create what is now known as a HeLa cell line. Since that time, cells from the tobacco farmer and mother of 5 have been used in multiple research projects.
What happened to my great-grandmother, it was definitely a tragedy, but it also was something that has allowed a bigger conversation and a bigger platform for people in the communities, especially in the Black and Brown communities, where there is a mistrust of the medical industry.
That conversation now includes current COVID-19 vaccine concerns among communities of color.
A lot of people are asking different questions, and a lot of people would like to know what this vaccine may mean for them. But in my family, we just encourage people. We definitely encourage for you to get out there and to do your own research so that you're able to make a more informed decision.
For some, it's not the past, but the process that causes concern.
It rolled out really fast. It did. Some of my family say they weren't going to take it until maybe 2023 if they have it. You know, some people are saying as soon as it comes out, they will take it. And my family and friends, neighbors, you know, so it's divided. It's still divided. I say about 40, 60 not taking it.
COVID-19 positivity rates in Latinx and African American communities in Chicago are the highest, 25.5% and 12.1% respectively. And death rates among African Americans are double compared to those in white communities.
It is just exposing the healthcare disparities that continue to persist in our system.
It was my skill too.
For now, Dr. Gates is doing her part to educate all citizens about the vaccine.
If you're not sure about taking this vaccine, I get it. It's a new vaccine. We don't have the long-term data. I understand that. But I also want to encourage us to review the data for ourselves. Let's not rely on random memes and videos, but let's really look at the data and educate ourselves and make very educated decisions about it. And, you know, let's keep talking about it. Let's keep getting our questions answered until we feel comfortable with it.
Good advice. Health experts say to end the COVID-19 pandemic, at least 70% of Americans must obtain that vaccine. There's a new recent Pew poll that shows 61% of Latinx and 42% of African American participants indicated that they would, in fact, get that vaccine.
And to learn more about Henrietta Lacks, you can just head to our website, WGNTV.com. Next for us.